guys, so today I'm doing a Q&A. All of my Q&As have some kind of a theme, and the theme of this Q&A is going to be all about puberty. One of the best times in anybody's life. Yep, just kidding. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me whatever question that you have about puberty, and I'm going to be answering as many as I can today. So the first question is from Tony's Girl 2013. How did you tell your mom you started your period? So when I first got my period, I didn't really know that it was my period. I just thought that I was internally bleeding, or at least I hoped so. I knew that I might potentially have my period, but I was like 12 or 13 and I was like, no, this can't be. Just my liver ruptured. It's gonna be okay. And so I called my mom over to the bathroom and I was like, Mom? Usually things that follow that either have something to do with you being pregnant, the house burning down, someone died. Mom, I'm peeing blood. And then she kind of laughed because she knew I had gotten my period. And then she proceeded to tell everybody. And then I hated her. And then we didn't speak for 3 days. Next question is from Sophia Makowatz. How long did it take for your boobs to fully develop? Love your video, Steph. So my boobs at this age of 25 are actually still developing and still changing. I've read in places that they stopped developing at 18, that they stopped developing at 21, 22, 23. Like, honestly, all of our bodies are different, and your body might go through like a random growth spurt or change in your mid-20s or your late 20s after you have a baby. So that is why I always tell people, like, if you're gonna get any kind of like breast augmentation surgery, you should probably just like wait until you're in your mid-20s or later, because your body can still change. Next question's from Georgia Philgate. Did your body make any drastic changes when you went through puberty? So I am 5'1" right now, but all throughout elementary school, I was like the tall and big girl, and then in middle school happened and everybody got really tall and much bigger than me, and I stayed behind. They said no child left behind, but I guess they lied. The craziest jump in my body changing was between 8th grade and 9th grade. I went to Czech Republic for the summer, and like that is when my boobies grew the most, and that is when like I lost the most weight. And then I came back to school for 9th grade, and like every single guy that used to pick on me and make fun of me, they all saw me walk into school on the first day and they were like, damn, what happened to Stephanie? And then they tried to be nice to me, and then I was like, no bitches, I remember you were all mean to me. Next question's from Carlota Simonson. What's your most awkward teenage moment? Like literally the entire teenage chunk of time. I'm just a very awkward person. It may not come across that way in my videos, but I'm a little bit socially awkward. I'll laugh when I'm not supposed to. Like when I'm standing in groups with people, I like don't know how to stand sometimes. I like forget how to breathe. Like, like how are you supposed to breathe? I forgot. Like, am I supposed to smile at everybody? Like, am I being creepy? Like, I don't know. I'm very weird. So yeah, and during my teenage years, I was even worse. I just did not know how to socialize with people. So I just decided to drink and smoke weed instead and hope that people would think I'm cool. Hey, it's Haley02. What do you remember thinking when you saw your first penis in real life? So before I even saw the first penis of my life, that sounds so weird, I felt it. And it was in a car. It was in a really creepy rape van in an abandoned parking lot with my first boyfriend who was a musician, and he had a van, like a really weird, ugly, burgundy red spaceship looking van that, you know, they would put all of his musical instruments in when they went between shows and stuff. I feel like I'm describing that very badly. And then after one of his shows, we went to this parking lot, and like I put my hand down his pants, and like I remember my first thought being like, well, this is what it feels like. It just felt so weird. It was like years and years of like seeing penises on television and in books, and now this was in my hands, and it was just so weird. Like, ugh. Next question is from Cloda O'Neill. What would you use to stop spots and how to get rid of them? I would literally like pick at them and try to pop them. I would like stare at them in the mirror for like 3 hours, and I never went about it the right way. They always told you like, don't touch your pimples, and then I would be like, no, I need to pop it. I would like, maybe I had like a weird fetish. Like maybe I like got off on popping my pimples and my zits, but after I would pop them, I would put this Aveeno clear complexion stuff on them, and I would just like leave it on overnight, and it wouldn't really get rid of the pimple right away, but it would like make it less red. I've also tried the whole toothpaste thing. I don't really think that works. I would recommend putting yogurt, like Greek yogurt with some honey on it, because I feel like that calms it down maybe. KAC14, did you go through an emo phase, etc.? I was never cool enough to be emo. Like I would see all these girls on MySpace with the side swept bangs and then the raccoon tail things on their head, and they had really killer eyeliner, and their clothes were always really cute, and they always shopped at like Hot Topic. I tried so hard to be emo and to be seen, but I was just like never ever cool enough. I could never pull it off. I always just like ended up doing it wrong and looking awkward and weird, or like I was trying too hard. I'll insert a picture right here of like what it looked like. Yeah, I went through an identity crisis. I really just couldn't figure out who I was, and then after 4 years of high school, I realized like I'm not really meant to be anything. I am just like a ball of clay, and I'm just like my own thing that's just been molded into whatever the fuck it is. Gabby21090 asked, have you ever had your period on a date before? Please use this, I've never been in one. Congratulations, Gabby. You have finally been put into a Q&A video. Everybody give this video a thumbs up for Gabby because she is awesome. Yes, I've had my period on many dates. I mean, I've been on so many dates, like odds are I've had my period on one of them. Is it fun going on a date with your period? No, because you're bloated, you're moody, you want to cry, you feel like the guy's judging you if you order dessert. So I try to avoid it at all costs. Life Wee Lucy, why was puberty so good to you? I really don't think it was that good to me. Like, some people go through puberty and they look like Megan Fox. I went through puberty and I don't know. I still don't feel like I look like an adult. I open up the magazines and I see women that are like 21 years old, 18 years old, and they're just like, bam, like all voluptuous and shit. I'm just like, but I don't know. That's also just like the way that I see myself, and maybe like other people see me differently because we all see ourselves through a different lens. Josie OX, how weird was it when your boobs started forming? It was pretty weird. I actually hated it so much and I wanted them to go away. Like I used to like try to like duct tape my chest. I tried to like deny that it was happening because I knew that as soon as my boobs would be popping out that I would become one of them. And I don't know, like up until 7th grade, like I just really wanted to be like a little boy, and I used to like have short hair and dress in like really boyish clothes. Like I actually even remember in 2nd grade, I would only let my mom buy me clothes in the boys section. And I don't know why, you know, it's not like I had any issues with my gender. I just really was such a tomboy. And so when I started getting boobs, it was like a huge slap in the face for me. And then eventually I noticed all the other girls were getting boobs too. And then all of a sudden it was a big boob war, like who has the biggest boobs? And I was like, I don't want the biggest boobs. Like you all can have them. Tainted Love asked, did you consider yourself popular growing up or an outcast? I definitely didn't consider myself popular in the first high school that I went to. I was definitely an outcast. I was kind of like part of the drama nerd group of people. And then I transferred schools. And at that school, I felt a little bit more popular because people actually seemed to like me, which was weird. It's weird how in one school people can like really not like you and make fun of you and bully you and treat you like shit. And then I transferred to another school and it was like night and day, and I felt like everybody really liked me, and I didn't feel popular, but I felt like I had a lot of friends. I wasn't bullied by anybody, and it was really great. And I like hope and wish that everybody can have the same high school experience as I did. But I also like had to switch schools because I did go through a period of time where I was being bullied a lot. So yeah, and popularity in high school doesn't really matter. I mean, it's only 4 years of your life. I think it's more important to get good grades and make good friends and surround yourself with positive people than to be popular. Popularity doesn't mean anything, and being popular doesn't mean that you are necessarily happy. Dan Jones asked, do you think everyone has that awkward ugly phase? I'm not sure, because there was always that one guy or girl, and like I'm sure you guys have had this experience, that just always happened to look good. Like they were cute as fuck in kindergarten, they were cute as fuck in middle school, and then they were sexy in high school, and it's not fair. But I think a good majority of us did go through a really awkward phase. Like my awkward phase spanned from like 6th to 8th grade, or maybe even further back, okay, like 3rd grade to 8th grade, and I was just like a lump. I still sometimes feel like I'm going through my awkward phase, and I'm 25 years old, and I wonder, will it ever end? Probably not. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you like my Q&As and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All of my social media will be listed in the description box below as well as at the outro of this video. So if you want to participate in the next Q&A, make sure to go follow me on my social media so you can be notified when my next Q&A is happening. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!